We are here with Sue Altman and Hercules, and Tammy Buckley with Hollis. We haven't seen you guys in a while, so our updates, they have earned their puppy jacket. So when they're about 4 months old, we do a one-on-one evaluation where they have to demonstrate that they have enough of skills under their belt where they can go into public places and get some more experience being out in the public. So Sue, where have you taken Hercules since he earned his jacket?
We have taken him just about everywhere that we go. So we take him to games with us so he can learn how to, watch balls go flying by. Do a lot to the grocery store, to the market, we went to a play the other day. So we try to just take him wherever we're going because it gives him experiences seeing, different people, little people, big people. We go to the park and walk around and sit and watch kids on the playground. So my husband brings him to work with him, so he learns how to settle at work for several hours. So just in the past month, he's really learned how to be able to settle for the whole morning at work. So yeah, we just, like I said, we just try to take him wherever we're going. There are some places I'm like, it might be a little bit too hard.
Right now.
Yeah.
He'll get there.
Yeah, so we did go to the Paws and Boots the other day, which was a big festival. Lots of dogs, which I think is one of the hardest things for these guys is the dog distraction. So that's always a hard thing to do. So, but lots of good treats and, lots of rewards for staying focused on me and not trying to say hi to all the dogs.
Right, which is an important skill later down the road when they're in harness.
Right.
They have to be focused on their work. So how about you, Tammy? Where have you taken Hollis?
We take Hollis almost everywhere. I did choose not to take her to the dairy bar the other night because I just thought grandchildren with ice cream cones and everything on the ground, I just thought that was more than she could handle. We recently went to Portsmouth, New Hampshire to celebrate my son's birthday, and she lied under the table for about 2.5 hours while we had dinner outside. And then the really new experience was it was dark in the city, and we walked around the city getting ice cream. So all the lights, and there was a fire truck and other dogs, and you could tell that was like all new experience, but she did pretty well.
Yeah, so it sounds like these guys are tucking away experiences into their little library for future references when they're in official harness, which is great.
And we did the bus the other day as a group.
Yes, as a class. That's right. We did Green Mountain
Express,
which was a great experience because a lot of visually impaired people will use public transportation. So it's a great experience to get them on public transportation as pups and see how they do riding and in close spaces with the seats. So that was great. So now that these guys have earned their jackets and they're well over 4 months now, we meet 2 times a month and we do a group classes where they need to be able to focus in a group setting. She's okay. With other dogs present, like Sue mentioned, it's super important that they're able to do their skills and focus while other dogs are near. So that has been going well, I would say. Sue, if you'd like to share a positive and a struggle that you and Hercules have been going through.
Let's see, positive. Hercules he's really a pretty cool dog. I think some of the things that he has been working on, even just in the bathroom, him settling and not trying to jump in the tub, things like that. So he's been able to settle. So that's been good. His house manners, he was, kind of getting into my plants, and that has, just staying on top of him and, making sure he's, not eating things off the floor, staying out of the kitchen. I think those house manner things for him have been maybe one of the harder ones I've had as far as puppies. He was just very curious about everything. So maybe that was a positive and a negative.
Yeah, you worked through your negative to turn it into a positive.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. And then, Tammy and I worked the other morning, so we got together because we knew we were going to be coming here, and they're siblings and they're the same age and they want to play, but we met on Saturday morning, and we started off by being on opposite sides of the street, walking back and forth, and they knew each other was there, and then we slowly worked till we were walking past each other on the same side of the street. And then we worked to walking together, and then both of them settling by the coffee shop. So that was, I thought, really good. And even this afternoon, we got here a little early and let them sort of see each other and walk past each other and, not lunge at each other. So, I think that's positive,
Yeah, it's not always play mode. It's often work mode, and you have to ignore the other.
Yeah.
How about you, Tammy? How about a positive that's going on with you and Hollis?
Similar to Hercules, a lot of those things that she used to, the toilet paper coming off the toilet roll, things like that. She seems to be still going into shoes, so we're still working on the shoes, but leaving the toilet paper alone. Better loose leash walking. And just overall more connected to me when we're out, particularly if we're in a store. Outside there's a lot of smells and things, but once we enter, the grocery store or something, she's really pretty amazing. And it's really fun to be in public with her and have other people see her and ask questions and, just be like, I so often hear, thank you for doing this, or, this is so wonderful, that you're doing this. So it's really very positive to be out and about with her. Our challenge is her settling. She is strong-willed, I guess we're saying. So she likes to pull back and try to determine where she wants to be. But we've been working hard, and she goes to church and is in the pew with us. And, overall, just for 6 months, as Lisa said one day, I can't believe the things you ask a 6-month-old puppy to do. So,
Yeah, amazing.
So she's doing great.
Yeah, and look at this. She's settling there, chewing her bone, ignoring her brother.
Yes.
So that's great.
That's good.
So speaking of being out in the public and socializing with the public, we are definitely looking for more volunteers to have as sitters as well as puppy raisers. Without the sitters, our raisers really couldn't do it. They need breaks. They need to go on vacation without their dog. They need to have other handlers. It's great for the puppies to go into another person's home for several days and get used to their lifestyle as well as their surroundings. And we are still in need, so please check out our website, guidingeyes.org, and if you're interested, reach out to us and we will hook you up with any information that you need. So one more question for these guys is, what do you plan on doing with Hercules for the rest of the summer?
For the rest of the summer, so we're actually going to go on vacation. So we're going to take him to the ocean for a couple days, and so typically we usually try to do at least some sort of outing each day with him. So he does spend some time in the kennel when I'm working, which is, it's sometimes I feel guilty because I'm like, oh, he's in the kennel, but then it's also a skill that he needs to be able to do. He needs to be able to be in the kennel and not bark and chew his way out of the kennel or chew up whatever's in the kennel with him. So I do think, that's okay. So, or he goes to work with my husband. We're going to be bringing my daughter to college, so he'll come in and say goodbye at college. So we do, hikes with friends, and, my husband, we play pickleball, so he'll go and he'll watch pickleball sometimes. So that's lots of people, ball distractions, because these guys sometimes really want to play ball, but just being able to sit and hang out and watch the activity is important. And like Kate said, having the puppy sitters is really important. We went away for 10 days and we had a couple sitters be able to take Hercules for 10 days. And so that was really nice for us to not have to worry about it. And it was also good for us because we got feedback on how he was doing in their home. How did he do with his house manners, and how did he do outside and walking with somebody different? So we do fill out a form that says this is how he does at my house, and then they let me know how they did at their house. Was he able to sit and stay, and
making sure all their skills generalize and
Right,
transfer is very
right.
important.
So that's really important, and it's sometimes you feel like, oh, I feel bad giving him to somebody else, but it's an important skill for the dogs to have, to be able to go someplace else. And to me, it's also valuable to get that feedback, like, oh, this is what you should be working on, or he didn't do so well, in this situation. So, it is, like you said, important that we have puppy sitters, and more puppy raisers, because there's a
There's
list.
a great need. Yes, there's a lot of puppies out there that still need a raiser. So if you're interested in having about a 1.5 commitment to raising a puppy, or even if you want to be a starter for a puppy, which you get the first couple months with a puppy and then you pass them off to somebody that wants an older dog, or if you want to be a finisher, which is you get the puppy any time in their older months to finish. So there's options, and we can always discuss that. But Tammy, before we go, what is one thing you're looking forward to doing with Hollis this summer?
We've done so much already.
Has she been swimming yet?
She has been swimming. She likes it with other dogs, but doesn't seem to want to swim on her own.
Mm-hmm.
So
kind of wade in the shower.
Yeah. So if I toss the ball and it's just her, she doesn't want to go get it. But
You
if
have to go get it and swim.
I send our family dog. Go ahead, go get the ball. So I think we might try to go to a play. We have tickets to Singing in the Rain in Weston, and I'm going to call to see if I can bring her. So, and that's another thing that was nice. When we went to Maine, we stayed at an inn, and their policy was like no dogs unless they're federally certified. So I just called the manager, explained what I was doing, and they couldn't have been nicer. And it was a great experience for her to be in a hotel room, and she seemed to like to curl up in the corner in the bathroom near the tub
Nice and cool
on the tile
there.
floor.
Yeah.
Nice and cool. So but I have a busy house. I have 6 grandchildren and a teenage boy, so they are coming for visits. So just a lot of activity for her to
get used to.
be
and
around.
being around kids is great too.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, we thank you for joining us today, and please do check out our website, and that is www.guidingeyes.org, and we hope to see you.